Okay. Hi, hi. Welcome. Welcome, everybody, to my live stream where we just shoot the shit. Okay, the board is ready. Moke Sonic, hello. Antonio, hello. Alex, hello. Keitaro, welcome back. Steak, oh, you're early today. Bermuda Triangle. なんだろう Bermuda Triangle? I don't know that. Frank, you're early too. Lloyd, welcome back. Angelite, hey hey. And James, hello. Hola. Phew. I'm 1 week away from my next trip to Japan. Woohoo! That's nice. ね、you are なんだろうね。You've been here so many times, so I'm sure you're gonna enjoy it. ね。なんか、so me and my family, right? Trying to visit the US next year, early next year, right? And then, because of recent American politics, it's, a lot of us, a lot of non-US citizens, we have concerns in, custom, right? Like whether, can I enter the US or would I get kicked out? And there are many stories even for Japanese people, especially Japanese women, that either get kicked out or even when they can enter the US, there is なんかcustom interrogation だっけ何だっけ interrogation みたいなyou are sent to some very scary っていうかlike airport room, one of the rooms, and then the officers are gonna ask you so many questions, very intimidating questions, right? To ensure that the person is not like trying to sneak into the US or like bringing anything suspicious or like things like that. Yeah, even many Japanese women, are sent to the room and then getting questions, right? It's true. It is true. Because when it comes to so I I'm talking to like friends who recently went to the US or uh, things like that. I'm trying to do my research, right? And one of my airline friends, because Lloyd is airline, working for airline company, and one of my airline friends, she's Japanese. She's working for ANA, kana? ANA, yeah, yeah, yeah. So she travels a lot, and she recently went to LA to see Dodgers game. She likes baseball, and then she likes Otani and stuff. So yeah, she recently went there. So I was like, oh, you went to the US? How was it? Well, how was the custom? And then she was like, because she works for airline company, she knows things, right? And then it seems like when it comes to Japanese who is and who are entering as a family, it's pretty much safe. You don't get questioned a lot. You got a story, you have a family, and then if especially uh, if the family is U.S. citizen or U.S. you know uh, U.S. people, and then it's pretty much fine. As long as you have a going back ticket and stuff like that, it's like safe. You know, it makes sense, but I was worried if we go to the US and then I get kicked out. Hiro and Justin's fine. They have American passport. I mean, not Hiro yet, but he can get American passport, so they're fine. They're cool. But what if I am sent to the room alone? It's gonna be like I'm gonna cry. It's gonna be so hard. So so I was worried. Um, so yeah, seems like it's fine. And then now when times when Japanese people sent to the room is pretty much solo trip, female solo trip. This is the most dangerous というか, the case you get sent to the room or even get kicked out. Yeah, female solo trip is most likely get sent to the room. That's what she said. Because U.S. is becoming more like strict about immigration, immigrants and stuff like that. And then if a woman solo trip tried to enter the U.S., it's kind of suspicious. Seems like, and then maybe she will stay in the U.S. more than she's supposed to be. Her visa longer than her visa allows, right? Or like get a boyfriend and then try to, you know, stay there without permission or stuff like that. And it's embarrassing, but many women, especially in Hawaii, Japanese women are sent to sex industries, brothels and like illegal businesses like that. So they want to avoid as much as possible. So female solo trip, you're gonna get questioned a lot. But when it comes to that, I'm with American husband and child to visit their family. So, we have stories and we are not like intent to stay in the US. Justin has a job here. I have my life here. There's no reason to stay like unnecessary, risking those things. So, yeah. With all these information, I think I'm cool. I'm fine. I'll be fine かな。Colin, hello. think about buying a house up in Hokkaido. My friend just bought one there for 24,000 USD. That's cheaper. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 北海道はね。北海道 is cheaper. My microphone looks like a comet or rocket with the current. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you visit Guam, you won't have any trouble. Ooh, really? Guam, どうだろう? I wonder. Larry, it's my birthday Monday. The big 4-1. Oh, cool. Happy birthday. You think you're thinking of China? ね。いや、本当に it's becoming, US immigration is becoming very tight, strict. When you visit the US, I recommend Nebraska as that is my home state. We have a Henry Dory. Right. I'm just visiting family. Family in Florida. So Nebraska sounds like it's not close, right? You'll be fine going through immigration. What's her at? What's her at? At? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, as Japanese. She says, yeah, my airline friend, she says Chinese people get questioned a lot. So the immigration line is super long, and it takes so much time, she said, because, all the Chinese visitors, they get questioned a lot, right? And then it takes time. That's what I heard. But when it comes to, if I go with Justin, the American citizens, would I have to be lined up in a like non-American citizen line, or can I just be with Justin and then get through the line for like natives, like citizens, American people? I guess if that's the case, I guess I don't have to deal with that either, even. Frankie, hello. I wish it were simple and I could just pack up and move to Japan. Right, right, right. Unfortunately, some countries are strict about immigration. Right? America used to be a little more relaxed, I guess, but recently it's not. Japan is always strict. More like strict side. And I recently heard that Russia, I mean, I don't know if anyone would want to move to Russia right now, but yeah, Russian immigration is super, super strict. Like, if you want to move to Russia, you have to take so many exams, like Russian language tests, Russian history tests, and such. ね、まあ understandable. Like each countries have their own policy, and then and then compared to that, places like Cambodia, it's more like pay and done kind of situation. If you pay, you can get a visa, so I guess you can pack up and move there. But yeah, when it comes to Japan, it's more like a strict side. My wife went through that 20 years ago when she flew back from Taiwan to San Francisco. Woo! The reason is there is a lot of women that go to Hawaii or the mainland, they do the prostitution. Yeah, yeah, that's what it is. And I guess at that point it was more like sure, まあ、なんだろうね。Undeveloped countries, maybe. Like, yeah. Developing countries. Developing countries. Women from developing countries, they were suspected, and then they were always, got stinky eye and then get questioned a lot. But, because Japan used to be or is, Japan is a developed country. It considered, I mean, our GDP, GDP still very high, so considered more like richer country. So people didn't really question. But nowadays, Japan is becoming more like, yeah, many women are. I don't know. It's whether like Japan is becoming poor or like standard is going up and then like more women more women are exploited. I guess yeah, more women are exploited and then go to uh those prostitution, yeah, and then go to Hawaii and stuff like that. So yeah, it's Japanese women are one of their targets right now, which is sad to me. Yeah. And then those women are like usually exploited. Like I guess there are some women who are like, I want extra money to have Gucci and Chanel and stuff like that. I guess there are some women like that, but most of them are like exploited to pay so much money on like host club and then you know make kind of forced to have debt, and then to pay off the debt, they are sent to those prostitution. Yeah, that's kind of gross, but yeah, it's sad to hear those stories. But hey, it's happening. Samurai, hello. I hope it goes well. It can be very scary, but the system rewards those that maintain their due diligence. I get it, but I wish I get it, but I wish they were less intimidating. I don't mind getting questioned, right? But if I talk about like Japanese custom, maybe they are strict, but they are not. They're more like polite and they're like not intimidating so much. If you ever came to Japan, the custom people were very nice. I guess not like friendly, but very like chill, not intimidating at all. But まあ、as long as you behave. But American custom is quite aggressive. Aggressive, yes, very aggressive. So that makes me feel scared. Even though I'm not doing anything wrong or suspicious, I get nervous. You know what I mean? Disney fan, hi. Hey, I'm moving to Hawaii. I saw it. Were you? Didn't know that. David, hi. Would be fine coming to the States, but Hiro could be a terrorist threat, and who is this Justin? まあね、I don't deny it. I mean, it's a joke. But yeah, Hiro is such a monster. Yeah, but yeah. KGB. My sister told me the ground border entering from Canada has a lot more security than it used to. そうなの? I I I have I've been to the US through Canada. Apparently, if you take custom in Canada in the, connecting flight, you get the custom in Canada, and then you don't have to get custom in the US to enter the US, right? So, I fly to Vancouver first and then get American custom there, basically. And then I can just, fly on a connecting flights, go to, I don't know, San Francisco, and then I can just get out of the airport from there. So I thought it was more like a more relaxed way to enter the US, but I guess it's becoming more strict. In New Zealand, if there is a fly in your cooking, you will be in more trouble for the fly. Yeah, don't bring any powder, white powder there. Nebraska is just corn and corn. Walter, welcome back. Rulang, thanks for the super chat. Welcome back, by the way. You can go with your husband. Oh, so I don't have to line up for the non-passport holder, non-American passport holder. I can just go with Justin. That's cool. That'll be great. Things will be more easy. It sounds like. Derek COX, hello. Hibiki, thanks for coming by. Parents trip. Oh, COVID. Oh, take care. Thank you. And Frank, thanks for the super chat, Frank. Thank you. I'm trying to catch up comments. I don't really skip it, so it takes time to catch up if you are new here. Which line are you supposed to go in? It seems like from Anthony, I don't have to get through the non-US passport holder line. I married a woman from Taiwan and we never had any problems. Okay, I think it used to be easier, but recently it's not. It would be suspicious if you went to Colombia first before flying to Florida. Okay. でもone of my friends, she has a son, and then the son trying to he just moved to the US as a high school student. He's going to high school, American high school, かな? And then the family really likes to go on trips, right? And then they've been to one of the countries that America doesn't like. Colombia かな? Was that Colombia? Iraq かな? Iraq? No. One of those Middle East countries that considered enemy from the US. They visited there once, right? For just sightseeing, right? And then that caused some issues, and then the boy received his visa like day before he leaves. That sounds really stressful, but yeah, things like that happen too. One time when I was returning to America from Japan, I was taken aside and asked a lot of questions. Like, you are an American citizen, and then, like, did you bring any suspicious things back to the US? What was their, like, reason? I got a friendly conversation with my immigration officer, who was a cop. Oh. Yeah, I mean, of course, it depends on the officer. And then yeah, I've had some really nice officers, like friendly and very like friendly. So yeah, not all of them, but many of them are, you know. If Japanese retirement was better, I would consider the longevity of actually retiring in Japan. Hmm. You know who's a prostitute? Right. Jesus. I have found the only easy way into Japan for me, which is to go to a language school for 2 years on a student visa. From there, I would have to network or find a job that's willing to sponsor my visa, visa. Okay, okay. Sounds like a plan. It's because the Japanese women they get like 100,000 USD per hour in Hawaii. In California, they get 1,500 to 2,000, and they always have Yves Saint Laurent bags or Hermes or Tiffany diamond necklace. Oh, 100,000 USD per hour in Hawaii. Like when it comes to prostitution, or like what kind of job they do? When I was working in the financial district, I had to be in the office at 5:30 a.m. and I would see them walking down the street all the time on my way to the office. I was sure there was a bunch of SWAT guys hiding just out of sight when I was entering Japan. おい、なんだろう。Were they? So I will be a 43-year-old Japanese language student come October 2028. Man, you're gonna feel old. Because obviously students there are mainly like Southeast Asian students who are like much younger, 20-year-old とか. But there are many other, like, I think when it comes to, like Western students, many times they are like adults, and then they already had some career, but they just have to learn the language kind of background. Canada, Northern Mexico. Oh, Lloyd, thanks for the super chat. Use this to bribe the custom agent. Then again, maybe. それからhey. なるほどね。Good idea. Good idea. Jokes aside, thanks, Lloyd. Hope you enjoy the trip to Japan. Vancouver airport is really nice. I really like there. I think I've been there like twice, 3 times. Yeah, it's very clean, peaceful. I like it. Have you ever got these funny feelings where if you played baseball where the ball goes swoosh, you would turn sushi into swooshy? Okay. Okay. Jesus Player, thanks for the super chat. My friend got his heart broken by a gaijin hunter. Oh no! Gaijin hunter played his played. なんでwhat was he in a hub or something? Sorry for your friend. I have no idea why. Hey, no. David, thanks for the super chat. すごいなんか the hippo punching with the treasure box. Thank you, thank you. David. Thank you. So today I'm gonna give you this one. ね。The very traditional meal set, Japanese meal set. よいしょ。Thank you so much. と I will feel old, but as long as I don't get any more gray hair or grow a beard, I will look still early 30s. Wow. That's bold. You look 10 years younger than your age. Wow. I brought you guns and fake poop through customs once when I was 12. The Mexican customs who carried real guns spent a long time inspecting my bag. Why did you do that? Why did your parents stop? For example, Japanese prostitution was only significant in Hawaii during the 1980s when the Yakuza ran the islands. Cedric, welcome back. When do Japanese people even get gray hair? Early 80s? ね、gray hair ですね、gray hair. No, I apparently I sometimes have like white hair, even white hair. なんか I don't know. I mean, of course, aging is one of this, but one of the reasons. But it's particularly, comes out when I'm really stressed out. So especially after the childbirth, and I have like white hair. It's not a lot, like 1 or 2 in like 6 months or something, kind of pacing. But it makes me feel old. Yeah, if I don't be careful, I think I don't have one right now, but yeah. Yeah, just let me know if you find it. Well, yeah, we do have gray hair. We do age. Everybody does. Thomas, welcome back. Will Asagi be growing a beard anytime soon? Who knows? Who knows? Junior Jackson. I'm a black guy from England, United Kingdom of Great Britain, and I love gyaru women. Mm-mm-mm. So, how is it going? Have you ever caught a gyaru? なんか I think gyaru is like dying species. Uh, sometimes people be like, some men be like, oh, I love gyaru, I want to date one. But I have no idea how to get a gyaru, how to even find a gyaru. Maybe go to Shibuya or something? I don't know how to get a gyaru, to be honest. How? How do you sometimes have gray? How do you sometimes have gray hair? Are you sure it's just the same white hairs you keep pulling out? I don't age like Japanese people, except if I don't shave for 3-4 days, then I look my age. It's beard makes difference. Recently got accepted to language school in Kobe. Any tips for traveling out west? How different is it from Tokyo? So I've been living in the east, and then I don't know so much about the west, to be honest. I've visited like places like Osaka, Kyoto, um, but from someone who got like who grew up in the east side of the Japan, it's very different. Like mannerism is different. Um, People are different. Food is different for sure. Yeah. But overall, it's still Japan. Still Japan. And then in a city like Osaka, Kyoto, probably, there are like known locals too. So it's more mixed up. But yeah. Some guy. I had a dating question. What does confidence look like in a polite manner to Japanese women? Oh, interesting question. So definitely, in a Japanese mannerism, you can't really, you have to be humble, right? And then you don't want to come off arrogant or like, you don't want to brag about things so much in front of Japanese people. Right. I think it's more about how like your behavior and how you act, how you look, more presentation than like saying things like, hey, I'm a good looking guy. I'm tall. I'm rich. I can do this. I can do that. Rather than that, it's more about the attitude, I guess. Mm. 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 Confidence, yeah. How you talk. How you talk, the tone of the voice. Uh, yeah, tone of the voice. Uh, volume of the voice. Posture, eye contact, kind of things are more important than like, hey, I'm a great guy, you know? Best gyaru are in Nagoya. Is that so? Yeah. Try extrovert? By the way, I've got to tell you, I've been to Japan. I went this year. Uh, and I am coming back next year for 3 weeks because I want to go to Osaka. Cool, cool. The Japanese girl I am dating for some reason wants me to grow a beard. I have never met a Japanese girl who likes them. Well, it's rare. It's kind of rare, yeah. Michael, I watch Abroad in Japan and YouTube suggested you. Hey, thanks, Chris. Hello from Oslo, Norway. My 14 southeast and rain. Eating lots of fish and walk a lot reduces the aging process. All the best. Cool, cool. That's nice. Abroad in Japan. Chris. ね。うん。Definitely better hearing, like, I was watching Nobita's video and then you showed up. I'm sure it does though. Because we both have like dating topics, dating in Japan kind of topics, so it's kind of related, but you know, the theme というか、it's different. I'm okay with having a beard, but most Japanese people seem to find it intimidating and trust me less. I think when it comes to foreigner though, if you are, I mean, maybe, like, if you come from like Western society, people would accept it and then don't really say anything though. Oh. If you are like Japanese and doing the beard thing, it might, yeah, it might look less trustworthy, but I think foreigners get away. It just dating scene though. Dating scene. When it comes to dating scene, yeah, it's better keep it short. Keep it short at least. I would say. Not a lot of Japanese women are into like fully beard, like or like super long beard. So I would say keep it short. Trim it, shave it if it's okay for you. Girls are supposedly bold, carefree, and outgoing, so try that instead. To meet girls? That's what you are saying? Just be well groomed. I'm not talking about that, even if you look good and, if you have a personality that gyaru's prefer, right? Like where? Where are they? Where are gyarus? I don't even know that, right? Where are they? Are they like, because my image in gyarus, they are more like rare. Not so many women are here are gyarus, so called. It's very like small amount of, yeah, like dying species more like, right? And then even those gyarus, right? Gyarus tend to get married very early, right? Like around 20 or something. They find partners from their like high school, like local guys, local boys. They date locals and then get married when they are like 18 or 20, like younger, right? That's traditional gyarus. So, as a foreigner, as an outsider, how can you find one? They are already taken most of the time, right? So I'm wondering how can it be possible find a gyaru and date one? Sounds like a super like hard mode. Like you have to be local. You have to grow up with them. You know what I mean? Other than that, how? Like sure, be outgoing, extroverted. Sure, that's like sure, of course. But how? Confidence builds the man. Yeah, yeah. I think yeah, confidence comes from. I mean, confidence is supposed to come from your like within, right? Your experience, your ambition. Yeah. So yeah, right. So your ambitions and experience comes out as confident, right? So if you're just sitting there playing video games, not doing so much, don't have any goals in the future, you can't, it doesn't come out. You might be confident, but it's not as convincing. You know what I mean? まあね、でもね、it's kind of, I don't know, some people can fake it even, right? They might look super confident, but they actually don't really have anything. That happens too. So, I don't know, when it comes to like real confidence, it has to come from that, right? It's not just an outlook, but come from within you. You know what I mean? I don't want a girlfriend who is controlling, doesn't matter what country they are from or ethnic background they are, that is turn off for me. Okay. Hey Brian, I noticed with my past 4 Japanese exes they ended up having similar personality traits after I got to know them. For example, they didn't care much about spending time together. When I had a Taiwanese ex, she was the complete opposite than my Japanese exes. She was extremely controlling when which was bad, but I noticed she did show more affection. I wonder if it's a cultural thing. Spending time together. I don't know if it's cultural. I mean, if I and one thing I can maybe say is that like some people in Japan are like they tend to have a busy lifestyle, right? And they don't have much like time available to spend with their partners or potential partners. That might you might see that kind of traits, but also there are plenty other women out there who prioritize that. So yeah. These scary women sound like unicorns. They are unicorns. So I'm like, what are they talking about? Like, have you have you seen gyarus in real life? Not on not on anime or like I don't know. Where do they see those gyarus? It was a subculture from the early 2010s and late 20s. Yes, yes. So they are, again, dying species. Like, yes, the it's making comeback, and some younger girls, right? They are like doing gyaru makeup and stuff lately, but it's only like a social media trend. It's not like mainstream, right? So is it advantageous to be tall but feminine in looks? そうだね. When it comes to attracting Japanese women, that sounds like super hot, right? Because Japanese women don't really look for like American masculinity, super macho, super big muscles and stuff like that. It's not like women don't care so much about it compared to American women. Competence brings confidence. Get your skills up. Yes. Adachi, welcome back. Gyarus are more rare these days, and I saw on YouTube that they are still exist, but are just girls dressing to keep the gyarus culture alive. I think it's similar to the girls still wanting to be geisha. Okay, that I see a jump, but yeah, maybe I haven't thought about it like that, but yeah. Social media and bars and clubs, and some of them are magazine models and cosplay as well. Even some of them are do the adult entertainment stuff. That's why you can find girl girls. Yeah, sure, but none of them I mean, except for bars and clubs, none of them are real life people, right? So, yeah, it's still rare. Mm. You go to bars and clubs and you can find galleries. Is that easy? Really? I kind of doubt that. Yeah. Well, maybe clubs. Yeah, they like parties, right? So clubs more convincing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But also hitting on girls at clubs is a hard mode. I mean, when it comes to hooking up, maybe, but when it comes to finding like meaningful relationship, it's not the best place. So I don't know. So I think Gyaru sounds more like Gyarus are cool. Gyarus are cool. I don't have any like I like Gyarus for sure, but I don't know. It sounds more like a fetish to me that is more like created in like anime, porn, and media. You know what I mean? Uh, who actually, who have you actually dated, Garrets? I don't think it's that many. But people are like, oh, Garrets are so cute. You know? They're so like cheerful and then fashionable and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, in real life, it's hard to find Garrets even. Me, I love all women from all genres to be truthful. いいじゃん. Why not? Yeah. Right. Yeah, I love it. What exactly is a gyaru? Like they have a certain type of makeup, right? Like very thick makeup. Mm. And I think the how they dress and how they do their makeup is one thing, but it's also an attitude, right? You have a pride in your fashion, and you know you're like super like easygoing, extroverted, love meeting people and the parties and stuff like that. I just looked up gyarus. They look scary to me. It's like a Jersey Shore type of subculture among young women. Huh. In my experience, Taiwan women and Japanese women are very similar. My wife family, her grandmother and grandfather only speak Japanese and Taiwanese. Oh, okay. Yeah, Taiwan and Japan has good relationship. Think we share a lot of common like policies and characters. Yeah, so I can see that. Taiwan was under Japanese occupation for quite a long time. Yes, it was. Mm. Mm. I've seen gyaru 暴走族 at 鳥貴族. Ah, 居酒屋ね. Like cheap 居酒屋ね. Yeah, sounds like the place. Maybe. そっか. Mm. I've been watching Japanese horror, a lot of school-related stories. Oh, Silent Hill とか? I can't watch those things. I can't. JP girl I was getting to know last year over long distance. We texted often on the weekends. When she visited me in California, her personality changed. She was more focused on her trip. Is that like her being self-centered and used to you as a tour guide or something like that? Like, or just she was just, you think she didn't really prioritize you? She was just having a trip. I don't know. If to me it feels like there is some kind of miscommunication going on. Yeah, people get offended by gyaru sometimes, but it's not a big deal. It's just makeup. I'm the opposite of a gyaru. Okay. There's an anime called 学校の怪談。あったね。It is about school horror stories. Yeah. 学校の怪談あったね。Ibram, do you have any advice for younger men dating older women in Japan? Advice? Go for it. なんかね、so because ageism is huge in Japan. Like age matters a lot in Japan, and when it comes to women, like young, なんだろうね、people are obsessed with youth in Japan. People don't respect old, like being, だからね、people don't respect the idea of being old and matured. They just love young people, right? That's my idols, right? They are like teenagers. And if you want to be successful in entertainment industry, you gotta start from like 10 or something, right? 10 years old. You have to start your career because people don't respect maturity and the especially women, right? And women in Japan are like always under pressure when they hit like 25 or 30 even, especially after 30. Like women are not wanted after 30, right? So I think it's already a huge advantage that you respect older women, right? Women really appreciate that. So I think the game is easier for you for respecting older women, their maturity, their experience, their wisdom, right? So go for it by all means. you know I prefer my women not to look like clowns. Are East Asian more into pets than Westerners? No, I don't get the idea of the question. Sorry. Vincenzo, hello. Totally unrelated question. Have you ever traveled to South America? South America? No, I don't think so. No. Uh, no. The most south, the yeah, southest かな the southest I went in America, uh, Texas, probably Texas, McAllen, the border of Mexico. But I didn't cross the border, so that's the southest I've been so far. Mm. And even Mexico is Middle America だっけ? It's not even South America. So yeah, yeah. How much older depends on family goals, right? Sure, sure. Mm. Mm? Mm. Depends on family goals for sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whenever I tried to hold her hand or laugh with her, she wouldn't want to even. Though in her text she would say she was falling in love with me and couldn't wait to see me in person. Confusing. What did you do? Like, or what's going on? What's going on? That's like I can't know. I can't figure out. Maybe you look so different in real life とか. Maybe? I don't know. Mystery right there. Britton Tang. I use Yamaha Audio YSP for audio. Okay. There was a rapper in the US who killed his 14-year-old lover and cut her into That's okay. Wow. That's half of the world is like that. Okay. I'll date Japanese woman over 30. And how old are you? Paul, howdy. Enjoying the cooler weather? So, yeah, it's been much better. Yesterday was not like yeah. This past few days was not like brutal hot, which I really appreciated. I could finally take Hiro out to parks and just walking around the neighbor, which I couldn't do that in the past few months because it was just too damn hot outside. It could kill us, right? If we just walk around the neighbor and play in the park. I we couldn't done that. We couldn't do that. We couldn't do that, but now we can, which is way easier, because during the summertime when you have kids in Tokyo area, it's so hard. You don't have places, you know, to take your children out and then let them play, right? And if you have a big house in Tokyo area, which is very rare, that's not the case maybe, but usually you have a smaller house. You you can't just let your children stay in your house, so you gotta take them outside somewhere, like indoor places to play, because it's just you can't just let them play outside. It's too hot, like, and then there aren't so many indoor play area in Tokyo area, so It's like torture. It's so hard. But yeah, I'm glad the season is over now. We do it more subtle in Australia. A lady made a meal with death cap, mushroom, and saved it for lunch. Yeah, a lady made a meal with death cap. Okay, whoosh. I dated a Japanese girl 11 years younger once. I don't think we even thought about the age. That, that happens too, yeah. Rulan, thanks for the another super chat. Second super chat. I'll give you a gyoza. Ne, gyoza. Thank you so much. Central America だよね、メキシコ。I think the person asking that question is talking about places like Mexico and Chile, or maybe deeper south. Maybe? でも I haven't been to Mexico, Chile, Argentine, those countries. So Cutlass. Mexico is usually considered North America still. Hey. Below that is Central. Then below Panama is South America. No, definitely haven't been southern area of America. Have the advantages of youth and old age. That would be great, but not possible. Youth and old age. It's strange. In the US, the perception is that Japan really respect their elders a lot more than in the US. Yeah, in the like social なんだろうね usually the social mannerism, yeah, we are supposed to look up to older people, and then usually yeah, older people have more like authorities in like Japanese society, right? Older leaders, older decision makers. Yes, we have that in our hierarchy system in the company or in the politics and such. But when it comes to dating, right? Especially for women, always had this like younger is better. And I think, yeah, I think なんだろうね So traditionally it was more about just women. When it comes to women, younger is better. Right? And that kind of idea is kind of like sliding into men recently too. For some reason. So the entertainment or romance, dating kind of setting, in those scenes, younger is better. But when it comes to like business and hierarchy system, older is superior, right? Older is superior, but that doesn't mean older means attractive, right? People are attracted to youth, but still respect in regards of like hierarchy system, I think that's the thing, yeah. How is your TJM client? Yes. そうね。TJM client. I mean, まあ、そうね。One is just started recently, so we'll see. But yeah, I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be fine. The recent TJM. I have I have some TJM clients, but you know, from what I hear, right? They don't really give you feedback, right? Like, hey, you should write more about these things in your dating profile, matchmaking profile とか、they don't really give you feedback. They just keep introduce you women. That's it. And then you just, accept, decline kind of thing. And then, right? And then considering what that you guys are paying to them, um, maybe they should, but I don't know. Yeah. So I think, yeah, if there's any like difficulty happens, he will probably come back. And other few clients, they are coming back to get feedback from me. So yeah. So yeah, that's what I do, right? Dating advice. And that's what they do, matchmaking. They are they are focused on matchmaking, and they don't really give you exactly like how you can improve your matchmaking rates and stuff like that. They don't really give you like advice and tips. So yeah. I just discovered a Japanese idol group called Phantom Sita. Phantom Sita. Like a yandere very morbid style. I don't know them, but okay. The USA has a perception of respecting their elders a lot too. That's not only a Japan or China thing or Korea. How hot does it get? I don't know the Fahrenheit, but Celsius, 38 or something like that, or even higher in some regions. But the thing is, humid, super humid, and when it comes to cities and Tokyo area in general, it's a concrete jungle. Not so many nature makes you feel so much hotter than just 38 Celsius. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's dangerous. It is. Frederick. Oh, Frederick, thanks for the super chat. Hi, Sagi. Japan Fest was awesome. Japan Fest ね. I found that because you talked about it last week, I found that I'm following their Instagram. ね, so and the post showed up, so yeah, looks like a fun event. I must have fell in love 358 times. Such beautiful, regal, and sweet Japanese ladies. Also, your video as a salary woman was very nice. Thank you. And thanks for the super chat. Frederick. Oh, even another super chat? Thank you. I'll catch up. That's from David. Okay. I'll catch you later. Larry, there are no indoor play parks in Tokyo for the kids. In Chicago, we used to have a place called Leap and Bounds where kids could jump around in ball pits and trampoline rooms. It's not like no places, right? There are like play indoor play parks in Tokyo. There are some, and it costs, right? You have to pay to enter, and you can't do that every day. It's gonna be super expensive if you take them to like those businesses. And aside from that, there are like government-owned facilities, indoor indoor play areas, um, but that's it, right? It gets kind of like boring to take them every day. you want like you want to have at least few places to take, right? It's gonna be like on the same place every day. So you want to have a few or more options, but you don't have so many options, right? Now, when it comes to government owned, I would say, yeah, there is always one in a town. So, but you want to have options, right? Not just same place every day. So when it comes to that, you don't have so many places. That's what I'm talking about. Frank, thanks for the super chat. Death cap mushrooms are deadly. Her in-laws died. Her in-laws died. Still don't get it, but thank you. Thank you for the support. ワンワンかな。Bowing dog for Frank. Why everyone talking about mushrooms? Brian, I have no idea. The first day she was happy, then suddenly she became distant the second day and the rest of the week. When we went to Disneyland, she became mad at me for looking sad. なんか、how to tell what's going on? ね。What about cosmetic surgery? What about cosmetic surgery? Like, what about cosmetic surgery? What do you want to know about cosmetic surgery here in Japan? Younger women are more fertile and tend to be more beautiful than older women. Ouch. Ouch. Okay. Stig, I got feedback. What kind of feedback do you get? That's not even that hot. Come to Japan in the middle of summer. You will understand what we are going through. It is deadly hot. David, thanks for another super chat. Thank you, thank you. どうしようかな。オムライスにしようかな。オムライス。イエーイ。Thank you so much, David. あ、ちょっとスイカペンギン fell. Is there any festivals around April and May in Japan? どうだったかな I can't think of anything famous and traditional, but festivals are going on in those seasons. Like, April and May is a great season to go outside. It's not too hot. So, yeah, there are many events going on. We have the concrete problems here in Chicago in the problem. あ、そうなんだ。The scientists call it the heat island effect in the summer. Yeah, it's not an issue. At least it's not 44 and 47 Celsius. And Japan is not the tropical island or something like that. It's harsh. Mm. For, at least for people who grew up in normal weather. Yeah, Japan used to be less hot. It wasn't so hot, but yeah. Thomas, thanks for the super chat. Do you give advice on starting a business in Japan? No, I'm not a business consultant. So, in fact, I'm one who has started a business, right? But my business is not like anywhere successful. Like, oh, I'm making this much from, like, I don't know, 5 figure, 6 figure kind of thing. So I wouldn't say I'm successful enough to teach you how to start business in Japan. Yeah, so I'm not. Though I think my business has potential, right? My business has potential, and as a business that just started, I've just started, and I'm not really fully committed to it because my son is still little. I can't fully commit to the business, and considering all that, I think it's going great. I always have customers to talk with. um, I'm always helping, and I have, like, I'm not, at least it's not like, yeah, my business always gets enough attention, considering how I'm not doing advertise or anything. My business still gets attention, so in that regard, I'm pretty sure it's going great. Itano Gary, thanks for the super chat. Hi, catching up from my just finished most hopeful psychotherapy session since I started looking last December. It's been a long slog. Uh, dating material? ちょっと待ってね. I'm struggling to understand. Catching up. Sorry, I don't understand. I tried, sorry. But yeah. Thanks for the support anyway. Itano でいいのか。Itano. Thank you. Does Justin give you present? Yes, in like ね, birthdays and Christmas. Yeah. In fact, this is one of his present. Suica penguin mug, What are the best times of year to visit Japan? Well, usually springtime and autumn time would be like the weather is easier, so pleasant. Yeah. Can't really do nothing with no older woman unless you're just hitting it. Do nothing with no. Can't really do nothing with older women? Okay. Just curious about how popular cosmetic surgery is in Japan for women and males. Cosmetic surgery, it's not as common as like it is in Korea, South Korea, or things like that. But だろうね。まあ、it's when it comes to like eye surgeries to, make it double eyelids, make your eyes bigger, it's common. But when it comes to like, changing your nose and, jars and those things, it's considered more extreme. うん。そうね。But yeah, when it comes to eye surgeries, it's scary how aggressive advertises are, you know. Sorry for my rant. I'm just lost. I always believe that you should be yourself, being kind, positive, and funny. It would be easier finding white rice in snow than a soulmate in Japan. うん。Maybe it's not, at this point, it's not about you being kind and funny kind of things. Maybe you are looking wrong personality or wrong traits in women, and then you should figure out why you tend to look for the personality that doesn't last long, you know? うん、そうね。Why does it seem like Japanese people have a hard time expressing their feelings to each other when they like love someone? When they like someone, they don't express it. Okay? Don't they? I like ちょっと待ってね. I think I need more context. Like you're expecting them to express when they like you in a early relationship, like I think well, I think people do express, but maybe not in the way you expect it. Maybe that's it. Need to choose good present for birthday, but I am not sure what. Oh. まあね, if you're dating her for a while, then you know her the most, right? So, そうね. And, at least if you put like some consideration, she'll appreciate it. Yeah. I'm actually moving back in 2 days. Oh, wow. That's very soon. Yeah. Cool, cool. Wendy, saying that older women are no good unless it's just a physical relationship only. そっかそっか。プロダクティビティね。うんうんうん。old women are useless because they are not fertile anymore. うんうんうん。まあ、 that's I think that just shows his personality. うん。だね。まあ、so for men, for men who just want to find uh like someone to be with simply, age doesn't really matter for them, right? She doesn't have to be, you know, so young. うん。But for those men who really want kids, then that matters. I, if that's what's, if that's the reason, I understand, right? But like, what's what's the point then? Because sometimes young women are not fertile either. Some women are not like lucky enough to get pregnant so easily, right? I mean, when it comes to percentage, younger, if she's younger, she is more likely to be fertile, but it's not like always. Mm. And then it's kind of scary if you value women by, na- なんだろう if you value women by their fertility, uh, it sounds like to you, women are just a vessel. It sounds like, yeah. I mean, in a certain extent, I get it. If you are seeking for family, then yeah, you want to find someone who is also like capable of the idea, right? But saying like older women are useless because they are not fertile is kind of like extreme. Like, mm, and they are ugly, でしょ? On top of that. Like, that kind of shows this person's personality. Mm. And even if I am a young woman, I don't think I would prefer that kind of guy to be with, to be honest. But it is what it is. Men tend to be attracted to younger women because of those reason. Yeah, that's the nature. Like, you know, be honest. Let's be honest. Women tend to be attracted to men who can provide, right? So yeah, it goes both ways, and then that's the nature of human, I guess. Mm. So in a certain extent, I agree with that. But personally, don't like the idea that women are useless and women are no good because older women are no good because they are not like they can't have babies anymore or things like that, and then they tend to be ugly because they are older, right? Wow. I'm a bear. Welcome back. How have you been? Uh, what's the meaning when Japanese girls hang dried flowers upside down? Huh? Isn't that just a decoration? I don't think it just looks pretty. Is there a meaning there? I don't know. I'm saying it seems like they miss out on somebody special because they are too nervous to tell them that they love them. Oh, they don't really say they love you, things like that. そうなのかな? Not straightforward, I guess. They are Japanese people. We are not that straightforward, but they, you know, we still express our feelings unless you know, unless someone is not like yeah, some people are really bad at it. Just they don't really show their emotion, but they, people usually do here in the なんか what kind of like expression you are expecting. Mm. When you are on West, you feel superior? No, no. I don't get double eyelid surgery. I can't tell. Sometimes I was watching a short video today and I was sure the girl had mono eyelid, but then in the video she said that she has double. Oh wow. You still look Asian, right? Fendi, not a fan of older women. まあ、まあね、まあでも、なんか、わかるよ。I get it. I get it. I get where it comes from, but it's not something you say it out loud, especially in front of like, you know what I mean? Just be cautious who you date and meet, and when you get together, your partner could change the personality, but malicious way, like controlling and jealousy, females and males, young and older. I yeah, I totally agree with this. Yeah. I noticed I would meet women that are more expressive about love in China and Taiwan. The thing is, it's not from the culture I'm interested in. I don't understand why, but I noticed this trend. まあそうだね。I think Chinese, Korean, Taiwan women are more straightforward about what they want, how they feel, kind of stuff. If you do it enough times, you might notice it. Right. The thing that gives us guys a bad image is some guys only want a Japanese girl as a trophy wife instead of actually appreciating her as a person. そうだね。It goes both ways though. There are so many so many. There are some gaijin hunters and want to have a like foreign boyfriend as a trophy. So yeah, it goes both ways. But yeah. Mhm. In China, women over 30 are called leftover women, right? And then they are in their population crisis too, right? まあさ、まあ at the end of the day, you date you date people or someone that fits your goal and ideas, right? Like, sure, if your goal is to have family with someone you really care about, then sure, you tend to look for younger women. Um, Understandable, right? I mean, everybody has that kind of like criteria and goals. Just date someone that fits your criteria. That's it. Doesn't, sometimes it matters, age matters. Sometimes it doesn't. If your goal is to simply find women to share your life with, right? Either temporary or long term, just do it. So I wouldn't push anyone to like push the idea to anyone, like about the idea of like, oh, you shouldn't date older women or you should date older women for no reason, because it really depends on the person, right? I wouldn't recommend a man to date older women, particularly if his goal is to have a family, right? But when it comes to a man who has no experiences in women, then just go for women, no matter how old she is. So I think the conclusion is it depends on your situation and depends on your goal. So yeah. I thought there was a confession culture in Japan, so they reveal their interests. Yes, we have that. So when it comes to, dating scene, you will know if she or he likes you or not. Japanese women I have met seem very direct with me, even more so than women here. Right? Right? というか even more than American women. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, maybe keep that kind of stuff to yourself and probably don't say it in front of women. まあね。well, I don't get offended because I'm not dating anyone anymore. So it's not like, you know, yeah. I'm interested in an open relationship, long distance open relationship right now. Okay. Good luck. So, なんか it's a timely topic. There is a Japanese famous YouTuber, Hikaru だっけな? His name is Hikaru probably, and him and his wife, I guess, just announced that they have an open marriage, right? Open relationship, open marriage. So, so they are married, I guess. They are married, but they are free to date outside the marriage. And they are both agree to that idea. And they announced on his channel, and then he lost 10 to 100,000 subscribers because of that. 100,000. That's like if I lost, my channel is like less than half size. It's a big number. And it's becoming super like controversial right now in Japan. So a lot of women, to a lot of people in Japan are opposed to that idea. If that, so, but I'm sure there are people who are open to that too. So yeah, just see if you can find that kind of woman. Ken Schneider. Hello. How rare are Japanese women like you that can speak English? Women. How rare are Japanese women like me that can speak English? It's when it comes to the number, the percentage, it's rare. It's like less than 10% or something like that of all the generation. When it comes to younger, I guess it goes up like I don't know, 15 or something like that. So it's a rare side for sure. It's a minority. My favorite love movie is Koizora. Koizora, okay. Nice. What's up with the negative comments putting down women? まあね、I try not to engage to this kind of conversation, you know what I mean? Because my goal is not to divide men and women and let them fight together, fight against each other, right? I really hate that idea, even some dating advisors, they get, they try to get attention by attacking the other, なんだっけ yeah, by attacking the other gender. If you are a dating coach, a dating advisor for men, they, they really say bad thing about women, and then, I'm gonna teach you how to conquer a woman like that. Like, what's the point, right? Because to me, dating and having relationship with someone is to cooperate each other and complement each other for the better life, not to beat the other up, not to be better than the other. So, like I always say, men and women should cooperate each other using their own strength. That that is how partnership should look like, right? But in this generation on the internet, it's all about, how to be better than women, how to be better than men. Men are garbage. Women suck, right? It's not how it's supposed to be, right? So I don't engage. Like, yes, women has weakness. Women have weakness. Women have, things they are usually not good at. Not all women, but so as men, right? So as men, we both have strengths and weakness, and but if we are together, we can do better things. We can accomplish better goals, like bigger goals even. That's how relationship should be. Not to exploit the other half, right? Not to not to be a master of someone else. Like, what's the point of those contents, right? To stimulate people's anger to get attention because that's easy, right? That's easy. But I don't think that serve to a better purpose. So I don't do that. I dated men and women and they weren't the same as you're saying. Oh, comes from real experience. アサギ is a unicorn. そうなのかな。Oh, Preston, welcome to the stream. Rulan, thanks for the super chat. Thank you for a wonderful discussion. Thanks. I appreciate that you appreciate it. Ah, even third super chat. Thank you, thank you. どうしようかな。これ将棋スティック。Thank you. Together we are stronger. No matter what, men have to be the best version of themselves for themselves, and the women will come as that happens. That's how it always worked, unless the guy is already exceptional. Well, that goes both ways. We all have to be, the best version of ourselves, and that attracts other people who are the best version of themselves, right? And I think this is my experience, but I think that goes to many people as well. When I was not a best version of myself, I attracted bad men, right? Who try to take advantage of me, right? I was not confident enough. I had so many insecurities, and that was, my behavior was sometimes, very disrespectful to the others. And yeah, those times I attracted horrible men. But once I started to learn how to be better, I attracted, yeah, I still attracted not a good, not good man, but also started to, find like better people in general. So I think that's how it goes. Yeah, thanks Frank for doing the mod. ね。Asagi getting the sake ready for the end of stream. Yeah, yeah, the chat is getting difficult for sure. Is Asagi wise or does she read a lot of fortune cookies? Fortune cookies. I don't know, なんか Chinese cookie? I'm just looking for a wholesome relationship again. I try to stay positive always when I meet someone, but damn, that does it hurt that when it's always feeling like the wrong one. Well, I understand. I understand. Hmm. うん。まあね。まあ。あ、Brian, thanks for the super chat. Some people ask why I don't date other than Japanese women. I say I just liked the culture since I was young and already learning the language. Yeah, 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 I get that. I think I was like that too, to be honest. Thank you, Brian. And then you've been to Japan so many times too, right? So the best. Sorry, maybe that seems like seeing all of the sometimes, but I hope you enjoyed some of the parts of the live stream. And then yeah, I hope you will come. Yeah, same time, same day, Sunday noon かな in Japan time. and in his summer break, summer holiday. He's taking summer holiday now, so we're gonna uh, you know go hang out as a family, and I might share some pictures on my Instagram. So make sure to follow me on Instagram. Yeah. And yeah, I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.